Hi there, my name's Chrissy from BN Australia, and today I would like to take you through a really sensual feminine flow. So to begin, come to the back of your yoga mat and just be seated on your shins. We're going to bring the left hand to rest in the lap and bring the right palm side up to rest on top of the left hand, and join your thumb tips together. So you're just creating that beautiful mudra, and feel soft through the palms, and just close down your eyes and feel that beautiful natural curve of your spine, and your chin is slightly tucked. And start to breathe fully and deeply and come into presence onto your mat, letting go of the day and the outside world. Allow the breath to lengthen, the hinge of your jaw to soften. Then we're going to keep the thumb tips together and join the other 8 fingertips together to create a mudra with your fingers facing down. And then from there, your hands come to prayer, and we rest our thumb knuckles on our eyebrow center. Tuck the chin. Tilt the pelvis and round the upper back. Interlacing your fingers, pressing your palms forward, tucking the chin and doming the upper back, really C-shaping the spine. Good, palms face the ceiling as we arch the back. You can look up here, start to open the eyes. Good, releasing the interlace of the fingers. Rolling your shoulder heads inwards, scooping the belly and rounding your back nice and slowly until your forehead comes all the way down to rest on the floor. Sliding the backs of the hands along the floor, and then we flip the palms and reach forward. We breathe in to rise into tabletop. Aligning the joints, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And we're going to roll our hips in some big juicy circles. So we bring our hips forward, out to the side, and back. So you're moving intuitively here, and really allowing your body to guide your movements. So our shoulders are soft, our head can move in any way. Closing down your eyes maybe so you can really be in the body. And we're just going to reverse those big juicy circles. So moving in the opposite direction, feeling your shoulders, soft elbows. And then we find our way into a neutral spine. Bringing our hips back to heels, child's pose. Your forehead kisses the floor. We inhale, rise into a cat. So pressing the floor away, doming the upper spine. As we exhale, we bend the elbows. We come down with the chin, the chest, and our hips slide through. We breathe into a cobra. And we breathe out. Chin moves to chest. We dome our upper spine. And our hips come back to heels. Take a little roll across your forehead from temple to release any tension that you're carrying in your neck. And then we're going to slide our hands along the floor to come back up onto our shins. And we're going to open the knees nice and wide. So you've got a nice wide V, and we're going to start to roll our chests here in some big juicy circles. So scraping the edges of a big bowl. Breathing fully and deeply. Dropping in to your sensuality. Rolling your chest in some circles in the opposite direction when you're ready. And then from there, you're just going to wriggle your way forward. So you can walk your hands forward, and you're in a big, wide-kneed child's pose. Joining your hands together, Extending fingertips forward and then hinging at the elbow, bringing your thumbs to the nape of the neck. Good. We release the hands, separate, rise up onto the knees and bring them in so they're a bit narrower, and then bring hips to heels. We're going to tuck the toes and rise into downward facing dog or Ardha Mukha Svanasana. So feeling into your first downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers, index fingers align. You're looking back between your legs above your knees. You might start to pedal your heels. We roll our bodies forward and find a plank pose. One long line from crown to heel. Drop the knees, unfurl the toes, elbows hug your sides as you lower chin, then chest. Inhale to a big cobra. Exhale, chin to chest, doming the upper spine. Hips to heels, child's pose. Starting to feel the heat build in your body. Big breaths. Tucking your toes, driving the heels back, and we lift back up into our down dog. And just feeling into the base of your pose here. Feeling the fingers spread. Your knees can be bent here, your chest working back to thighs. We're going to pick up the right leg and come into a three-legged dog. So that leg lifts just as high as feels good. Start to turn your hips to stack the right hip on top of the left. Your shoulders could be twisted a little here. Then we look forward, we're going to bring our right foot all the way through to step between the hands. Our left knee comes down. If you need to help your foot forward, you do so. Your right knee is over your ankle. We breathe in, the arms lift. As you exhale, we're going to cactus the elbows to the sides, opening the chest toward the ceiling. Beautiful, chin to chest, interlacing your fingers behind you, knuckles to the floor. And then release, framing that right foot. Tuck your left toe to drive the heel back and lift your left knee off the floor. Bring your hands to the inside and we start to turn all our toes to face the side and come into a wide-legged forward fold. So you can rock gently forward and backwards here. Feel into the backs of the legs, wriggle your hips. Head heavy, belly drawing in and up. And then hands come to the floor so we can turn our heels in and our toes out. Walk your hands up onto your thighs and use your hands to thighs to take your knees nice and wide. We breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to drop our left shoulder toward our right knee. Look up over the right shoulder, breathing into center. Breathing out, dropping the right shoulder. Good, inhale, center. Then we push through the 4 points of the feet and our arms lift. Prayer hands meet above our head. And we're going to come into goddess pose. So prayer hands to heart center. Lengthen through your lower back, externally rotating through your thigh bones. Good. Smooth, steady breath. Good, we're going to come out by straightening the legs, turning the right toes and the left toes. So your right toes face the short edge of your mat and your left toes face the long edge. The outer edge of your left foot parallel with the short edge of the mat. So you're in your Virabhadrasana 2 or your Warrior 2. From here, we're going to windmill the arms to frame the right foot. Roll to the ball of the left and make sure your feet come hip width distance. And we're going to step back to down dog. Pedal the heels. And really find that flow of breath. Roll your bodies forward when you're ready, revisiting your plank pose. Knees down. Unfurl the toes. Elbows hugging your sides as you lower your chin and your chest and your hips. Inhale to cobra. Exhale takes us back. Hips to heels. Prayer hands meet, extending fingers forward, hinging at your elbow, thumbs to the nape of the neck. Withdrawing your senses and moving a little bit more deeply within your bodies. Let's extend the arms and slide the hands toward the knees, and we come into that shin sit and we take the knees nice and wide here. And we're going to roll our chests here in some big circles. So again, you're scraping the edges of that bowl. Close your eyes maybe. And feel yourself moving into a bit of a flow state. Or a lot of a flow state. And then we're going to reverse those circles. Rolling your pelvis around. And then we start to walk it forward. Coming back into that wide knee child pose. We rise into tabletop, align the joints. Bring hips to heels. Forehead touches the floor. We breathe in and rise through our cat. Exhale, lower the chin, the chest, the hips. Slide the hips forward. Breathe into cobra. Breathing out. Tuck the chin, dome the upper spine. Tuck your toes, spread your fingers, and rise up to downward facing dog. Be with your breath here. And then your left leg lifts. We stack the hips. You can turn your shoulders a little back into your aligned hips, and we step the left leg between the hands. Help it forward if you need to. Drop your right knee and unfurl the toes. Push through the 4 points of the left foot to lift the arms. We come up into Anjali Asana. Then we cactus the elbows to the sides. Beautiful, tucking the chin, releasing, interlacing your fingers, knuckles to the floor. Release to frame your front foot. Tuck your right toe, drive the heel back. Send energy out through that right heel. Walk your hands to the inside, and we're going to turn our toes and come into a big forward fold here. You can move here in any way that feels good. I like to rock my hips from side to side, or you can even do some little circles with your shoulders. So bringing your intuition into your practice and your sensuality. And that just means your senses, so really feeling your body, your breath fully. Let's bring the hands down under the chest, turn the heels in and the toes out, and walk your hands up onto your thighs. So from here, we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we drop the right shoulder toward the left knee, and you get a big twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, your left shoulder drops, and we look over the right side. Good, back to center, and our arms come out wide. Prayer hands meet above the head, and we bring our hands to heart center, and we feel into the alignment of our pelvis, our thigh bones, and we work to bring our pelvis to neutral. Tailbone faces the floor. Good, let's lift and come into Viratu. So turn your left toes to face the side, and your outer edge of your right foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Your shoulders are over your hips, extending from deep within the arms. Good, we windmill the arms to frame the left foot. Roll to the ball of the right, take that left to the side, and step back to down dog. Good, have a little pedal of your heels. Come down to knees. Exhale, hips to heels. A little roll across your forehead. Then we rise up into our tabletop. We're going to walk our hands out to the left, shoulder width, and bring the right knee forward. So your shin bones are going to be parallel with the short edges of your mat, and your thigh bones with the long edges. Coming down onto your forearms, or if you're quite tight, you could be up on your hands. So we come down and we're going to rock our pelvis forward so that the hips are further forward than the knees, and push the hips back. So just feeling that range of movement and beginning to really let go through the groins, through your shoulders, through your throat. Breathing. Good, and now we can walk our hands under our chest to take the weight into the hands, and we're going to bring our left knee to meet the right knee so we can then sit down on the left hip and bring our feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana. Breathing in to lengthen, breathing out to soften. Good, relaxing your shoulders. And then we unfurl the spine, bring the knees together, and you're just going to wrap your forearms around your shin bones and hug your shins around your upper back. Hands to the floor either side of you, guiding yourself down onto your backs. Drawing both knees into chest. Little tuck of the chin. Rocking gently from side to side. And we release our feet to the floor. We take our knees out to the sides, coming into our butterfly, our Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. Breathing and slowing down your thoughts. And then we'll join those inner thighs together. Take the knees in and then open them wide. Flexing the feet, bringing the soles of your feet to look at the ceiling. And coming into happy baby, so you can reach for the backs of the thighs or up for the outer edges of your feet. And we draw the knees down either side of the rib cage. Broadening and flattening through the lower back. Beautiful. And your toes together in your knees together. Dropping your feet to the floor. And we make our way to Shavasana, our final pose of deep rest. Through anything that your body craves. If you need any more wriggles or twists, you just listen to that. Sometimes I like to really release and wriggle my body before letting go in Shavasana. So if there's anything that calls you, find the breath. Allow your bones to be heavy and soft. For your joints to feel spacious. Feel the roof of your mouth become broad and spreading. Your ear canals to become open and spacious. The sockets of your eyes soft and your eyeballs receding. And spending as long as you can there in that final pose of deep rest. And thank you very much for allowing me to guide your bodies today. Om Shanti.